Adversity is a companion of the champion.
He wants to win, and he's a competitor.
It's still my dream. Every single person can do whatever. I think when I was around 12 or 13 years old, when Cuba, we got like a specific school for sport. When I went there, I think I am here right now, so this could be my future.
My first impression of Yonger when he was younger is just a super humble guy. Sometimes superstars, they're real big, right? But I think the great ones are real humble about their greatness. And that's what I saw in him.
I actually met Yonger in Cuba. I was on a national team where I traveled to Cuba. I was pretty young. I think I was a freshman here, and he was there. He wrestled Kyvan Gatson. You know, Kyvan Gatson's a legend, national champ, and he beat Kyvan. And I was like, who is this guy? And then I went to the World Championships, and then I watched him wrestle there, and I was like, wow. I was like, this guy is he's phenomenal. The way he's so athletic, so explosive. And he got silver there, and I'd wrestled there, and I was leaving, and I saw him. I said, hey, I love watching you wrestle. I don't think he really understood me. I think he just understood the word wrestling. And I was like, can I get a picture with you? And I got a picture with him. And then next thing I know, Fernando comes to Iowa State. He's saying, you remember that real good wrestler that you watched at the World Championships? Yonger, we're trying to get him here. I was like, oh, I met this guy. I have a picture with him. And he's like, yeah, that's the guy. I was like, you got to get this guy. He's phenomenal. Once
I came here, we got into talking, and I was like, hey, there's this opportunity. But a lot of it has to do on you.
He told me about it, and then I kind of like thought about it for like a couple months because I wasn't sure to come to this because I knew this would be a big challenge. Left in my family or whatever there, my friend came here to see what I can do.
You know, there's freestyle wrestling, folk style wrestling, and to make that adjustment is extremely hard. It's like two different worlds. It's still wrestling, but the way the points score, the positions are so much different. And so when Yonger came, he had to relearn wrestling, relearn how he could be good at wrestling.
The whole thing, they had me on something. Even pushing me when we were running, I got tired and they were, come on, Young, let's go.
He was already great in freestyle. So accepting that I have my deficiencies here, and accepting that, and then working real hard to learn how to bring that back up to par, right? That level of humility is like, is impressive.
He came to Iowa State, and I was like, first time I saw him since the World Championships, and I was like, hey, how was your flight? And Yonger looked at me, he's like, my name is Yonger. I was like, Fernando, his English isn't, like, he doesn't really understand what I'm saying.
I had to push myself and having like people around me too, like pushing me, like Fernando, like my teammates, Coach Dresser, and all the coaches and staff at Iowa State, and the teacher at Iowa State. When I started like going to classes and stuff, I started doing better, but it was pretty hard. Like there was one moment I thought for a second, like I think that I'm never gonna learn English, but I think it's part of the process.
And to barely even know English. I mean, how can a coach you if you don't even understand what they're saying? I can imagine going to a different country. They're like yelling at me, trying to get me to do stuff, and I'm just like, dude, I don't know what you're shouting for. I have no idea what you're saying. So Yonger just smiled and worked hard, and in a few months of learning folk style, had bumps in the road, and then the next season, All-American. It's unheard of, it's unprecedented. Like, to All-American at one of the toughest weights in the country.
It's so hard, it's such a personal sport. It's just like so personal. So yeah, when he wins, it's amazing.
That's one of the best feels you can have. Like for a second when you got your hands raised, because you work for it. Fans here, I would say for me, it's something special. That I said it in Hilton, like when they are there, they they're screaming at me, yelling at me during the matches, I feel like they push me to keep going. So my grandpa, that he passed away, we played chess since I was like 5. At the same time that I started wrestling, I started playing chess with him.
He's an outstanding. I didn't realize how good he was at chess.
Who is the man?
I've never like actually beat him. I think he's let me beat him a couple times. So I can feel good. But the guy that he beat, this guy that they talk about, he's around campus or around town. He plays like 4 or 5 people at a time. Like he's got like chessboards. So when Yonger beat him, the guy was like, "No, come back, let's have a rematch." And Yonger was like, "Bye." So I wasn't there, but he left, right? So to beat that guy, I think you have to be like world-class chess.
A lot of wrestlers play chess, so I don't know, it's maybe because that, like you gotta think ahead as your opponent.
You're gonna face adversity somehow. It's how you handle it. It's how you come back, because that's how life's gonna treat you, right? That's what I wish wrestlers would learn from this is adversity is gonna be with you. It's always gonna be like right by your side. But you gotta be its friend, right? Come on, let's go. I'm ready for you. I already know that when he faces adversity, he has that fortitude to really work at it and get himself back on top. And I don't think there's a coach that can teach you that. I think that all has to come from within.
Younger's is special, and if you ask anyone on our team, they would say the exact same thing. Humble, works extremely hard, extremely grateful, and it really makes you realize how blessed we are to have the things that we have. And it's been awesome learning from him as a teammate, as a brother, as a competitor.
I would say here it's like every people treat me like I am part of their family. Every single people is like trying to help you, giving you push to get whatever you want to be. So I would say it's like a family.